What's up guys? So first of all, vlogging on a different camera, a new camera which I'm going to be doing a review on. There's Yas in the back. Say hi Yas.
Camera reception. Old camera, new camera.
Yas, do you want to stop?
Why is it saying capture?
I don't know. Okay, so basically Yas gave it away. I bought a newer version of the RX 100. This is the Mark III. This is my vlogging camera from years ago. I used to use for like
He doesn't
hand
give his
vlogging.
girlfriend new stuff, he just gives it.
Oh my god, I offered you
she's
the
not
new one.
important. She's not.
Anyway, I bought the Mark IV and I'm going to be doing a video on why I bought the Mark IV over buying the Mark VI. The first one is price. Anyway, so today's video I thought I'd do a how to shoot in low light kind of thing. Since it's getting dark in the northern hemisphere, England, it gets dark. It's like 3 p.m. and like look outside. It's literally just where's the sun?
Oh, nice shot.
It's 3 p.m.
Nice shot. How are you getting this? Oh, nice shot.
It's 3 p.m. Where's the sun? So I thought I'd do a how to shoot in the light test, considering if you're in the States or if you're in the UK, this will be useful. So although if you're in somewhere like Singapore, this probably won't be useful at all. But hey, low light stuff is always good to know. I'll be shooting on the A7S II for this, which is a low light beast, but this kind of stuff will apply to most cameras anyway. So let's get started. So as you guys can see, we're just like twinning with the vlogs right now. It is nice and dark. Well, not nice, but it's 3:30 now. Getting darker. Literally, I haven't seen the sun all day today. But like I said earlier, it's the perfect time to test low light shooting.
Oh my god, my head's cold.
So I'm gonna set up my rig in a bit when we walk further down the road to where it's a bit more interesting to film. But the first point you want to take note of for low light shooting is get a fast lens. So the lens I'm going to be using is a 35mm 1.4. Lower f-stop lenses are more expensive usually, but you can get a cheap 50mm 1.8 Canon lens. It's like $100 or $50, or it's really cheap. Like I used to have one until I upgraded to Sony. So for those of you who are starting out, I definitely recommend that lens. Nice and cheap, and nice shallow depth of field with a great cheap lens. And the next little tip, having walked further down the road now, try not to shoot 120 frames per second. So if you guys have seen my previous video, I have explained how shutter speed works and how you need to have to double your frame rate, especially for slow motion. So you would have a shutter speed of 250 if you're shooting 120 frames per second on a mirrorless or DSLR. And this is a problem if you're shooting in low light, because you want to have as much light as possible hitting the sensor, but if you want to shoot 120, like you see the issue there. So maybe it's feasible if you're, say, in a city at night with an A7S II. If you're using a 1DX, maybe. But if you're not in a city, like let's say you're in the countryside like we are, it's going to be an issue where there's maybe like single spotlights dotted around the streets. It's pretty dark. Right now, the camera's making it look brighter than it is, Sony. But it's actually not super dark yet, which is when I'm going to start shooting to just make it as dark as possible to illustrate my points better. Whew. Yeah, we do this walk like, not daily, because we don't have to go to like town daily, but this is what we do every single time we want to go to town, is this walk. That was step number 2. Don't shoot 120 unless you're in a very bright nighttime area. So currently we're living in a place called Oxted, which is about 30 to 40 minutes away from London. So we used to live in London, moved here temporarily. Oxted is the kind of place where, well, there's a lot of this. You're just kind of walking in leaves. It's all like grey and muddy, and it's just how it is. Like, it's the kind of place where it's like small enough to walk around, but that can take a long time, and slightly big enough where it justifies having a car and using it, but at the same time doesn't. It's like also too small to use a car all the time. So third tip, find your maximum ISO that you're comfortable shooting at, where you can still get a reasonably clean image, but you're able to get enough light in the shot. So for example, that car park, decently lit for low light stuff. I'd say an ISO 1600, maybe 2000 would have been okay. depending on the camera you're using, of course. It smells really bad of chlorine in this
God.
lift.
Not chlorine. It smells like feet.
So it's a couple days later. I had a bit of an issue filming. When I said I was going to film, I brought my whole kit as well after Morrison's and everything. It started pouring down with rain. We literally left Morrison's and it's pouring down. And this evening I was about to go do the same thing. But I don't know if you can hear, you won't be able to see. But it is just pouring down outside. England? Until next time? Alright, let's assemble the rig and try this again.
Okay, I've been working like 3 jobs. Probably why I never see ya. Probably why I never have time for the fake friends that won't be ya. Oh God, I've been running now. Up early when the sun is out. Not setting out my own soul, but those real ones, they coming out. Oh look who's reaching out. Old friends wanna feature now. They don't work, so they need it free. Ooh, you reaching out from the west side of that old town, but there's no show, so I go down to the open mic, show love to the real ones they know now. Some of y'all don't know now. In a couple months you gon' find out. Been blowing up from the underground, and they stepping on and land mine now. And they know it's my time now. Coming up, I'm on a climb now. Everybody claim they been bottom, but it's looking like they took a time out. Okay, I'm working on.
I actually cannot believe again that it is raining. I need to go back and get an umbrella. Oh. Okay, let's go.
That's right, I'm coming back like OJ, like a running back in his old days. Still rocking those OJs. My paychecks get a little bigger, but that don't change me or make me richer. Money come and the money go, but my God's here and he's staying with you. Blowing up off the internet. All these haters need to introspect, cause they been hating while the rest love him. And I start to go and doubt their intellect, cause I've been a threat since day one. No money or bank funds, since y'all been saying you can do it better, but none of y'all ever made one. That realness don't feel this, but I've been sick, that illness. I've been fresh like Will Smith since 94, man, I built this. Stressed out, X'd out, missed calls from my ex now, but I'm staying focused in the lab, baby. I don't need your calls or your text now. God say the boy blessed now. Who am I to say Rondo? And the way that I sell ticks, they been calling me Rondo. 23 in my prime though.
So Yasmin just had a wonderful time in London. What did you do?
I visited my dad, and amongst other stuff, you can watch it on my vlog. My channel is Yasmin Guachi.
Okay, no self-promotion on my channel, thank you very much, God. So yeah, that was all shot on my A7S II. Yes, I walked into apologies now. So that was all shot on the A7S II, which, for most of you who know about it, which is, I'm guessing, everyone and their dog at this point, y'all know that it's a low-light camera. So just to prove a point, I'm also going to shoot a little tiny sequence with the RX100 Mark IV, which yes, it's Sony, but it's not the A7S II. So we'll see how it does in low light. A little bit of a drip drop raining sequence. Okay. Wow, can't even see me. So it is incredibly dark right now, hence I'm literally just a figure. You know, I'm gonna wait until I get to the light. Alright, now that we're at the light, so that, I hope that little sequence kind of suffices, like what you can do with a little pocket camera. You know, the best camera you have is the one you have with you, Chase Jarvis, and every Instagrammer ever since. But yeah, now heading back home.